What's going on, guys? It's Jordan back today with another video. And in today's video, we're going to take a really quick look at Zilliqa and see what it's doing on the short-term and long-term time frame charts. If that sounds good to you, smack that like button down below. We got a crazy amount of likes on yesterday's video, so let's do it again. Now let's jump right on in to the video. As we jump right on in to the shorter time frame chart for Zilliqa, we're going to start out on the 4-hour time frame here, guys. And as you guys can see, we're just kind of in this falling wedge pattern, right? We've gotten dozens of touches on the bottom. I can't even count how many that is down there. And we've also gotten about a dozen touches on the top on the 4-hour, right? So what I see that's kind of doing here is we're getting some support at this line here, right? So if we can draw a little bit of a line straight through here, we're getting a little bit of a support on that, right? We've got resistance on it back here, support on it here, support. Now we're getting another support on it here. I want to see us, if we can do this on the short term, maybe get a nice bounce off this and end up breaking this to the upside, right? That's what I want to see on the short term time frame. We might not do that. So what we might do is maybe get a little bit of a short term rally up, come back down, and retest the bottom of this before we kind of ping pong in between this before eventually breaking up or down, right? So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the short term. So just want to give you guys a quick look on what I'm seeing, for at least the next couple, hours to days for Zilliqa. But we're gonna jump right on in to the little bit longer time frame chart, what I like to spend the meat of my videos on, guys, because the long-term view is honestly what matters, obviously, for the long term, right? That would make sense. Long-term view, long-term gains, right? So as you guys can see on this is the daily chart for Zil. As you guys can see, we're just kind of ping-ponging in between this major resistance up here and this major support at this green box, right? So major resistance, red box, major support, green box. So what we're kind of doing, I want to see us hold this first green box, right? So this is what I mean in the title of this video, that this is kind of the bull's last line of defense, right? So if we do end up breaking this, right, the next support, look at how much trading action was in between these two green boxes, right? Almost nothing. So we could drop all the way back down, and that would be almost a 50% drop from where we are now, right? So we don't want to drop all the way down there, right? That would be extremely bearish in the short term. What I want to see us do is get a nice bounce off here, kind of confirm this almost double bottom that we're getting now, and continue up and retest this red box up here, right? That's what I want to see us do in the short term time. And as you guys can see, this first green box is huge, right? We've got support on it here, support all through here, support all through here. We don't want to dip below this. That would be extremely bearish in my opinion. Same thing up here with this red box. We had support on it back up here, and then we broke through it and it flipped now as resistance, and we came back up, and now we're getting resistance on it again. So ultimately, what I want to see in the long term is, and what I think is going to happen personally in kind of the short term time frame, is kind of something like this, guys, where maybe we get a little bit of a a nice relief bounce here. We might bounce down here a little bit longer, come back up, retest this, end up breaking this eventually, right? Hitting this kind of resistance back here, coming back down to retest this red box, right? Because we want to retest at some point. We're going to retest this old major resistance. As you guys can see, we touched it about 6 or 7 times, and then maybe get another bounce and continue higher, right? So that's what I kind of see in the short term. I see a little bit sideways action. That's kind of the bullish outlook that I have, right? But I also want to give you guys kind of the bearish outlook that I'm looking at as well. So the bearish outlook would be us breaking down from where we're at right now, right? Breaking this green box, coming back down, retesting this as support, maybe ping-ponging in here for a little bit before eventually breaking back up, right? That's the kind of the two outcomes that I'm seeing. Both kind of constitute a little bit of a sideways action, at least for the next few months. I'm not seeing any crazy action happening within a few days or anything like that, just because Bitcoin and Ethereum are pretty quiet at the moment. Once those two coins pick back up, we can see a little bit of a uptick for these smaller cap altcoins, right? So these are kind of the bullish and the bearish scenarios that I see. Let me guys know in the comment section below what you guys think Zilliqa is going to do within the next few months. I also wanted to take a quick look at the altcoin market cap today, guys, because ultimately this is what really matters for the bull market. So we had this major resistance here. We got resistance on this once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, and now we flipped it as support, right? So this is extremely bullish. What I want to see happen for the short term is us hold this green box, right? Maybe we consolidate above it for a little bit before continuing up to our next resistance. That's what I want to see us do. I definitely do not want to see us break this again, because if we do break this again and then we get a bounce up, it's going to act as resistance again, and then we could fall lower. So we do not want to break this again. You guys ever see every time we go up and retested it, get a massive move down, right? Massive move down. Retested it, massive move down before we finally broke above it now. And now I want to keep confirming this as support. I don't want to see this dip any lower. And I don't think we're going to do that just because it's such a major level. And it took several times, as you guys can see, for us to, to break it to the upside. So why wouldn't it take several times for us to break it to the downside, which I do not think is going to happen, right? If it did, we would have to do something like, come back up, down, up, down, up, down for a few months or years before we could break it again, if anything was like back here. So that's just kind of the shorter term time frame outlook that I have, or in the longer term time frame, to be quite frank, of the altcoin market cap. So that's just the quick video I wanted to do on Zilliqa today. There's not much price action going on with it. The coin hasn't been around for the last bull market, so there's not many fractals or anything you guys can kind of stem analysis from. It's mostly just short-term price action and medium-term price action. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you smack that like button down below. Like I said, 100 likes would be the absolute goal for this video. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to go watch football. It's football Sunday, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Don't stare at the charts all day. Peace.